Everyone, welcome to the show. So you guys may have heard on Friday, under the cover of a holiday weekend, Trump appointed U.S. District Judge Matthew Kacsmaryk, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He suspended the sale of a widely used abortion drug called mifepristone. This order made the drug unavailable to women in all states, even in states where abortion is legal. And he did this even though the 6-year statute of limitations had run out in which you're allowed to challenge the FDA's authorization of a drug. Mifepristone has been on the market for over 22 years. And in fact, it's not just used for specifically abortion. It's used in cases where women are miscarrying and they need to expel everything that's in their body so that it's not toxic to them. But this misogynist claimed in his opinion that the FDA had, quote, stonewalled judicial review for more than 2 decades. Really? That is absurd. And this judge knew this was going to piss a lot of people off. So he purposely held his last hearing in secret. And he told attorneys that were involved in this case, quote, I think less advertisement of this hearing is better. So luckily, another judge issued a partial injunction on Friday night, and they prevented the FDA from pulling this drug off the market. And now Biden's administration is appealing this decision. But now the matter is probably going to go to an over-the-top judicial panel, which is the Fifth Circuit. And according to the Daily Beast, quote, 12 of the 17 Fifth Circuit judges are Republican appointees. Half were appointed by Trump himself. So if the Fifth Circuit goes along with this psycho judge, then the matter is going to go before the Supreme Court, and we all know how that's likely to go down. So understand, if this judge is allowed to just make decisions that affect the entire nation, a single judge, if this is allowed to stand, this means that the radical right, conspiracy theory pushing nut jobs in this country can just file complaints in Amarillo, Texas, in this court for anything that they don't like. And this one single judge can make all of their wishes come true. He's like their genie in a bottle, granting every one of their wishes. Not sure exactly what's getting rubbed, but yeah. What I do know is that the radical right is almost guaranteeing themselves election losses for the foreseeable future because they have lost the vast majority of Gen Z voters. The stats are very clear. Gen Z may not be excited about the Democratic Party. I mean, hell, I'm right there with them. But when it comes to issues like abortion, climate change, gun control, other matters that they view as existential in some cases, they are far more aligned with the Democratic Party. And here's the thing. Maya Angelou once wisely said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And right now, they're making women and younger people feel like prisoners. They're making women and younger people feel like their desires and their pain doesn't matter. The radical Republicans are making women and younger people feel unheard and terrified. And that is what the younger generation will never forget. There was an article published the other day about how Republicans are losing the youth vote. And a journalist spoke with a Gen Z Republican, and she said that Republicans just need to improve their messaging with younger voters. She said Republicans just need a better message. They need to explain to young voters how they can improve their lives and what they have to offer them. Yeah, we know exactly what you're offering them. How exactly are Republicans going to improve their message about taking their rights away? How do you more effectively message to young voters? We don't care. We don't care if you're struggling financially. We don't care about the enormous wage gap that has just increased in this country. We don't care how unaffordable housing is due to wages that are not keeping up with inflation. We don't care that you can't afford to get married or buy a house because you are burdened with such an unfathomable amount of student debt. How do Republicans better frame their disdain and their disinterest in helping young people? How can Republicans better explain, yeah, we know you're fearful of being gunned down in school, but we want to make guns more accessible to people with mental illness? How does that work? And in regard to abortion, this is not just a Gen Z issue. It isn't even just a Democratic Party issue. This is a 70-30 issue. Access to abortion is something that's popular among a majority of Democrats and independents, and even a plurality of Republicans, depending on how you pose the question, how much access, how far a woman is into her pregnancy. So today's Republican Party is just wildly out of step with the majority, the vast majority of all Americans on the abortion issues and many other topics. They just can't seem to help themselves. They really must love losing. I would say I hope they keep going down this path, but there's a lot of people that they're hurting along the way. All right, guys, if I hear any more, I'll let you know. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Truly helps to keep the show going. All of it does. I really appreciate everything you guys do for me, for the show. Really love interacting with you all in the comment section. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.